The member for Lindsay.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. Will the Treasurer update the House on the recent meeting with the state and territory treasurers? How is the Turnbull coalition government working cooperatively with those who are genuinely committed to growing Australia's economy?
I call the Treasurer.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The government is interested, and we are working collaboratively with all those who want to grow our economy and support jobs growth in the economy. That's what we're doing. We're working with everyone who has got an investment in that, got a share in that, and got a commitment to achieving that goal, Mr Speaker. And that's what we're seeing the Australian people respond to, with confidence, both in business confidence and consumer confidence and more general confidence in the government, because they want to see the government continue to work with those who want to grow our economy and grow jobs. And the government is establishing a strong platform, as we have over the last few years and going forward, Mr Speaker, to establish a strong platform to grow our economy and to grow jobs. Promoting innovation for an agile economy, Mr Speaker. Building infrastructure that unlocks our economic potential, Mr Speaker. A strong budget that protects our AAA credit rating and ensures that we can provide for the services that Australians rely on. Working to change our tax system, Mr Speaker, so we can encourage Australians and reward Australians who want to work and who want to save and invest to grow our economy, and to set up a strong competition policy agenda, Mr Speaker, that will drive productivity and deliver greater choice for Australians. This is a strong plan, Mr Speaker. It is a platform to grow our economy and to support jobs in our economy, Mr Speaker. Now, we cannot achieve all of these goals without working collaboratively with those who have a key role to play in these outcomes. And that's why we are working collaboratively with the states and the territories and their treasurers, who are fully engaged, Mr Speaker, in this agenda for economic growth and for jobs. Fully engaged, and we saw the statements from the Queensland Treasurer and the South Australian Treasurer and others showing that they're interested in working with the Australian government to grow jobs and to grow the economy. Now, those opposite, Mr Speaker, have the opportunity to get on board with this collaborative approach, to actually be part of the plan to ensure that we can have a strong economy and we can grow jobs in this country. But at the moment, Mr Speaker, they are sadly being left behind.
Member for
they are
McMahon.
being left behind with their very small and negative approach on the government's agenda, as they continue to frustrate the initiatives that we know are necessary to support our economy and to support jobs. And we saw last week, Mr Speaker, them take a very diminished view. They diminished themselves in the way they came into this House and were unable to deal with the big issues facing Australia, and we saw their very small attacks on the Prime Minister. But the Prime Minister has big shoulders. What was disappointing, Mr Speaker, is they have a very small attitude about the aspirations of Australians, a very small attitude. They think the answer to the country's economic challenges is to jump into bed and pull the doona over your head. Now, that's not what goes on this side of the House. That's not what the state and territory treasurers think, Mr Speaker. We are working with Australians in business, in government, in local government, in the community to grow jobs and to grow our economy. Those opposite should stop their negative old politics attacks and get involved in the collaborative agenda to grow jobs and to grow our economy.